And we welcome you into the Pride pregame show here on the Greensboro College Sports Network as we get you set for Greensboro College football today. It's the Pride and it's the Panthers of LaGrange as we reach our 8th contest of the 2025 season. Greensboro coming off of a loss 34-7 on homecoming against Brevard, and they look to change their fortunes here today. You take a look at some of the keys to the game today. We look at some of the other numbers from that game, and one of the big things that stood out to us, and we talked about it some on the broadcast last week, was the fact that we were impressed by the play of Cameron Turner. I think one of the big things we saw from him was that he didn't turn the football over, and that was a huge part to giving Greensboro a little bit of a spark, especially getting them on the board to start the contest. That touchdown pass to Jaden Morrison in the early goings of that game to give Greensboro that 7-0 lead. And so I think, that's one thing that certainly gives you a little bit of optimism going forward. And I think another thing, too, you talk about the fact that he was able to run the football and was a dual-threat quarterback, and you look at, kind of what he brings to the table as far as a skill set is concerned, and certainly something that may give some defensive coaches a little bit of pause as they have to get ready for facing Greensboro College. Now, one thing you're going to see from LaGrange is a lot of similar from the quarterback position. Obviously, Henry Broadnax, the starter in terms of passing is concerned, 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but you look at what they did in their last game, they, of course, being the Panthers, and freshman quarterback Kirk Scott ran for 110 yards on just 13 carries in their victory their last time out, and that was a contest where he scored 3 touchdowns on the ground against Huntington, a 30-14 win for LaGrange. The Panthers come into today at 6-1 and 4-0 in USA South competition. Greensboro 1-6 and 0-4 in conference play. But of course, you look at the numbers and certainly think they could easily be even close to a winning record or something in the neighborhood of 4-2. But we'll break it down a little bit further after the national anthem on the Greensboro College Sports Network. As we continue to get you set for today's game between Greensboro College and LaGrange, we'll take a look at what else is going on around the USA South and also what's going on in the world of Greensboro College athletics. Also beginning at noon today in the football slate, Huntington on the road at Brevard. That beginning at noon. Belhaven will take on Southern Virginia and Buena Vista at 1 o'clock this afternoon. The nightcap, North Carolina Wesleyan down in Fayetteville to take on Methodist later on today. A quick look at the standings in the USA South as we take a look at which games may have some implications. Obviously, most likely a one-team bid to the Division III tournament. So right now, LaGrange and Belhaven both 4-0 on top of the conference. And you look at Belhaven again taking on SVU, and that is not even last year's SVU, let alone not your father's SVU, as they are 3-1 this year, 6-1 overall, and just an incredible turnaround that Southern Virginia has had this year. Then, of course, Brevard 2-2, Huntington 2-2, North Carolina Wesleyan 1-3, Greensboro and Methodist both 1-4 this year. And as the year winds down, I think the big game that we'll all be keeping an eye on is next Saturday when Belhaven and LaGrange take on each other in LaGrange, Georgia, and it certainly could be for the USA South Conference title here in 2025. It is a busy Saturday on the campus of Greensboro College. We'll tell you all about it. Also coming on today is senior day for volleyball, and perhaps at least what the team will tell you more importantly is the fact that they can lock up the number 1 seed in the USA South tournament with a victory against Meredith today. It's a tri-match. They're going to take on Meredith in a conference matchup, and then after Meredith and Averett play in the middle bout, it'll be Greensboro and Averett non-conference action, that beginning at 4 o'clock. And again, Greensboro with a program record 17-match winning streak going into today's game, but a win against Meredith would clinch the number 1 seed in the USA South volleyball tournament this year with about a week or so left in the regular season. It is tournament time for men's and women's soccer, and they get underway later this afternoon here on the campus of Greensboro College as well. Off campus, Southern Virginia and William Peace squaring off in Raleigh. Number 5 seed Methodist will take on number 4 seed Greensboro tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have that action for you here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Also today at 4:15, the women's soccer tournament gets underway with the second game of the day. Starting today in Staunton, Virginia, Methodist is at Mary Baldwin. That game beginning at 12:30 today. North Carolina Wesleyan, the 6th seed, will take on your number 3 seed at Greensboro College Pride at 4:15. Then at 5 o'clock, it's Salem at Brevard, and the nightcap Meredith at Southern Virginia. So a full slate of action here, and we'll keep you up to date with what else is going on around the USA South in all sports as well. But a big day for volleyball. They have senior day. They can clinch the number 1 seed. Tournaments beginning for soccer, and then, of course, football, always a big game day here with fans lining the hill up on to our right as we are sitting back behind what will be the home sideline here in just a little bit. It will be a busy afternoon, a loud afternoon, a fun afternoon, and we hope when all's said and done around 10 o'clock tonight, a successful afternoon. We'll step aside again, and we'll get you ready for this one to get started when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. It is game day here as we welcome you not only to Pride Field, but we welcome you to November here on the campus of Greensboro College. Kendrick Fruits here with you on the Greensboro College Sports Network as we get you set for Pride football here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. They're taking on LaGrange today. Greensboro comes into today's game, as we said, 1-6, 0-4 in USA South play. LaGrange a complete opposite, 6-1 and a 4-0 record in conference play. They sit tied with Belhaven atop the conference standings. Greensboro looking to bounce back after a loss against Brevard last week. A difficult month of October. Greensboro goes 0-4, but they have 3 opportunities to get back in the win column before 2025 comes to a close. LaGrange at North Carolina Wesleyan, and then Senior Day, November the 15th, they finish things off against Methodist. The Panthers, again, we mentioned coming off of that 30-14 victory against Huntington their last time out. And, this is a team right now that they'll put up a lot of points. They don't give up a ton, does LaGrange, except for you throw out their one loss, which was a 48-0 loss against Berry. But their non-conference wins 36-14 at Point, and then 20-6 over Center. Conference wins for the Panthers this year go 41-24 against Wesleyan, 26-7 at Methodist, 17-10 against Brevard, and 30-14 against Huntington. So they are hitting the road today for the first time since the 11th of October in their win against Methodist. So the Panthers will be kicking off here to start the game in their all-white uniforms and red helmets. Greensboro with the white pants, the green jerseys, and the black helmets today. As far as players to watch for LaGrange, we mentioned Broadnax a little bit ago, the 9 touchdowns, the 10 interceptions. But again, Kirk Scott, when he comes in the game, he's going to be a factor running the football after rushing 13 times against Huntington for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also, Michael Hayes, 456 yards on 104 carries, good for a 4.4 yard average, 2 touchdowns as well. Takars Bozeman averaging 4.9 yards per carry as well. Defensively for LaGrange, some guys you got to keep an eye on. Obviously, it starts up front. This is a team that will get a lot of pressure, and that's a tough thing for Greensboro this year. They've allowed 36 sacks on the season. Ched Smith and Deion King Jr. leading the Panthers in sacks. King with 6.5, Smith with 6. And obviously, though, you two also have Desmond Jones with 4, Zamarian Hudson with 3.5 also for Anthony Lovett. So this is a LaGrange team that can get pressure, and Greensboro has struggled in that category this year. Again, we mentioned the numbers for the Pride in that. And again, I think I was off just a little bit, have allowed 33 sacks so far this year. Last time these two teams squared off was last year, obviously. A contest that LaGrange won fairly handily. Final score 52-16 last year. 28-point second quarter, built a big lead at the half. Henry Broadnax and Rashad Brockington combined to throw 3 touchdowns, and the Panthers rushed for 3 scores as well. We will see LaGrange do that again this matchup as well. This is a Panthers team that has rushed for over 200 yards twice this year and over 150 yards in 4 consecutive games, including that 245 against Huntington last week. That's enough looking at today's game. Let's go ahead and get it going. Opening kickoff in the air. We are underway here at Pride Field. Kickoff taken up the near sideline, and that was, I believe, Javion Carr on the kickoff return, and it'll be about the 20-yard line or so where Greensboro will start things off here today. We are underway on the next to last home game for Greensboro College here in 2025. It is 57 degrees. It is sunny today. We'll get up to the low 60s, high of 61. We should see that by the time this contest comes to a close. Looks like they're actually going to spot it back closer to the 15-yard line. And for Greensboro, ready to get this one going. Excuse me, they're going to spot it back at the 10-yard line. And first play of the game, a handoff to the left. Not a whole lot going on there. In fact, maybe losing a couple yards on for Kewan Westmoreland. So that will set up a second down and long situation here for Greensboro, already backed up. One in motion, far side to the near. That's Morrison. Turner rolling off to the right, handoff there. And a pickup of a couple. They've gotten back past the original line of scrimmage, maybe by a yard, gain of about 4. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. 1 minute gone here in the contest. And as we talked about a little bit in the pregame show today, Cameron Turner making his second consecutive start. So 3rd down and 9. Turner rolling out to his right, having to leap. He fires this one and almost intercepted. Turner forced that into triple coverage. And it'll be 4th down and long. Greensboro will send the punting unit out. Turner was immediately flushed. We talked about that LaGrange pass rush and leaped, tried to find an open man. Was lucky that one was not intercepted. 13-16 to go in the first quarter. Punting from his own end zone, Gallardi gets this one away. It's a low wobbler, takes a Greensboro bounce, however, and will cross midfield right in front of our position and be downed at the 48-yard line. So what ultimately ends up being about a 42-yard punt there for Gallardi. And we will see LaGrange on offense for the first time tonight. And at quarterback again, Henry Broadnax, the junior from Newman, Georgia. Transfer from Hanover College. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, actually 3 to the far side. Quick throw from Broadnax, complete, and run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Catch made by Ashton Bryant, the senior, and that'll set up 2nd down at about 5. Again, a couple receivers far side, 1 to the near again. Bryant one-on-one. Broadnax calling out the snap count, hands this one off up the middle. Good job by the Greensboro defense on the initial stop, but pushing ahead for a couple of yards there on the carry should bring up 3rd down and maybe 1 or 2. It's Takaris Bozeman, the junior, on the carry to start things off for the Panthers. 3rd down and, oh no, they're going to move the sticks. It'll be 1st down. So a 1st down. They've now flipped 3 receivers near side. Defense showing pressure, and there's movement on the near side of the offensive line. And that'll be a false start. False start on Aaron Hunter, the left tackle. Will back the Panthers up 5 yards. Back to about the 48-yard line. A little bit of a breezy day. So we'll see if Greensboro's going to have more success against the run today than they did against Brevard. Quick throw over the middle. That's caught. And up to about the 35-yard line. Ball's on the ground. Greensboro's got it. They're taking it back up the other way, pushing back past the 40, 45 to midfield or just shy of it. Broadnax completed it at about the 45-yard line, or the 40-yard line, rather. And after a couple of yards, Greensboro just stripped the receiver and takes the football away. And it looked like coming away with the football there was Bishop Brown, the linebacker. And the Pride will have a good starting field position here at about the 48-yard line. And Turner will start things here under center, handing it off near side and dropped in the backfield. A loss of about 6 yards and a late flag. There will be some extracurriculars after the play. Loss of about 5 on the carry by Westmoreland. And we'll see which team is guilty of the post-play infraction. It's going to be on Greensboro. So a loss of 5 yards and then 15 more. Penalty was on Dallas Fox. So right after Greensboro with a great starting position after that fumble recovery, now find themselves well behind the sticks. Already their second penalty of the game. Turner in the gun, one receiver to the near side, 3 stretched out to the far. Ball on the near hash, fakes the handoff, now throws far side, nearly picked off again, incomplete. Both the defensive back and the receiver getting to the ball at the same time. And that will bring up third down, and I'm going to call it 20 yards to go. So pretty obvious passing situation here for Greensboro as Curry Dykes checks in out of the backfield, or will go into the backfield. A good pass catching running back for the Pride. Greensboro working left to right across your screen. Privet, the receiver, one-on-one here on the near side. Turner looking for his first completion of the game. Puts a man in motion, dropping back. Short drop, fires over the middle. That's intercepted. A leaping interception there for LaGrange. And the Panthers will take the football right back. That was Keon Stoutmeyer on the pick. So an early turnover for both sides. He was looking for Smith there, and if he had put a little more on that throw, maybe a little bit more air under it, you end up picking up a good gain. I like the thought process, and he found the open man, just missed on the throw. 10:50 to go, and the Panthers on the short side of the field, ball at the 46-yard line of Greensboro. Broadnax takes the snap, hands it off Bozeman up the middle, turning ahead. He's got the first down and then a little more. And Bozeman looks like he may be a problem for the Greensboro defense today. About 16 yards combined on his first 2 carries. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far, ball on the near hash. Crawford in motion, and this one up the middle, it's Broadnax keeping it himself. Inside the 30 to about the 20, we'll call it the 27-yard line. Brings up second down, and we'll call it 4 yards as LaGrange starting to push their way into Greensboro territory. Just under 10 minutes to go, first quarter. So if you're just joining us, in terms of score, you haven't missed anything. In terms of activity, there's been a lot happening here. Faking the handoff there. And now a throw. He's got a man wide open, overthrew him, incomplete. Crawford was open. And Broadnax could not connect. Should clarify, a moment ago, the quarterback keeper was Kirk Scott. Again, we mentioned we'll see those guys in and out. Broadnax number 2, Scott number 11. So the quarterback keeper moments ago was Scott, but when they need someone to throw, it's going to be Broadnax. He's in there now. One receiver near side, two to the far. Third down and 4. Broadnax hands it off right side. Greensboro doing a good job stringing that play out and should stop him short. Ball carrier there, Michael Hayes, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida. Brings up he just got enough, it looks like, so a first down. They're going to move the chains. One thing we were going to talk about for LaGrange, one thing that they have that a lot of teams that we have seen this year don't, is a very good kicker, 11 of 14 this year, a guy who's hit a couple field goals over 40 yards, so you kind of get in that middle of opposing territory. It's not necessarily a sure thing they'll go for it. You got a kicker with some range, can get you some points. Broadnax fakes the handoff to Hayes, throws it far sideline, that one incomplete. And a late flag here. I don't know if they're going to get the defensive back on the incompletion there. Intended receiver Jonathan Lampkin. Defender never turned around, but also, I don't know, that ball was catchable. And it will be a pass interference and an automatic first down. So the Panthers moving deeper into Greensboro territory on the spot foul. They will be in the red zone for the first time today.
What do you think about like 626 and 627? Stay there. Like I'm telling you, I blew that both times. The corner was gone too. Like it was gone. Like I had so much grass.
So first down and goal.
Like if it's not there, like I'm gonna be able to.
About the 6-yard line. Broadnax was not ready for that snap, I don't think. Hands it off anyways to Scott for a couple. Greensboro this year, as far as their red zone defense goes, actually second in the conference, 62.1%. Second down and goal. And another whistle, another flag. Officials conferring. And this one's going to go against Greensboro. So again, we mentioned a big day for volleyball today. Again, senior day, and a win against Meredith would put them in as the #1 seed in the volleyball tournament this year, and they are currently leading the opening set 19-10 over the Avenging Angels, so they seem well on their way here in the opening set. Back here at Pride Field, handoff and cutting this outside, Bozeman, and he will find an easy path into the end zone for a touchdown. LaGrange will take a 6-0 lead. Bozeman takes the handoff, bounces left, and the Panthers a PAT away from taking a 7-0 lead. Eaker on for the point after. 8:33 to go in the first quarter. Snap, spot, kick is up, and we have a new score. Greensboro trailing LaGrange 7-0 here in the first quarter. 8:33 to go on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So that drive goes 7 plays for 46 yards, ends in the Takaris Bozeman 2-yard touchdown run. Bozeman 4 carries, 26 yards, and a score today. Panthers kickoff, taken there by McIntyre, working his way to the near sideline, tries to make one man miss. He does. Can't get around the second wave, however, and Greensboro will start things just shy of the 20-yard line, it looks like. Again, 8:26 to play in the first. So Turner today again 0 for 3 with an interception so far. This time, though, Smith lining up as the Wildcat, and he'll be dropped there. LaGrange looking like they were ready for that one. And it'll be second down and about 14 yards. Greensboro trying to get a little traction offensively. 7 plays for eight plays now for -10. Faking the handoff, or faking the pass rather, hands this one up off the middle. Torrance Kelly approaching the 30-yard line. They get that yardage back plus some. First down, gain of about, we'll call it 16 yards here unofficially. Big run there for Cameron Torrance Kelly, his first touch of the day. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Privet near side, 2 receivers to the far. Fakes the handoff to Torrance Kelly. Will throw a screen far side. He's got a block. He's got a little bit of room as well. Flag comes down, and so does the receiver down at the 47-yard line. For the moment, a first down, but it looks like this one's coming back. So this will be already the 5th penalty on Greensboro. 7:13 to go. And it'll back them up back around about the 20-yard line or so. So first down and long here for Greensboro. Throws this one deep down the near sideline, well out of bounds, looking for Privet. And incomplete. Shamar Privet 7 yards away from moving into a tie for 10th all time at Greensboro. Has 1,073 in his career, needs 1,080 to move into a tie in 10th place. So second down and 20 at the 19-yard line. Turner still looking for his first completion today. One thing I've seen so far from him between today and yesterday, already the coaching staff, a lot of confidence in him, letting him throw it in a couple of big moments, and he's done a decent job. Again, that was his first turnover in the last possession. Hands this one off, a sweep to the left. That was Privet, and LaGrange there to corral him. Gain of a couple, actually no, loss of a yard. Greensboro as a unit now 8 yards rushing on 6 carries. So third down and long. On the first of a triple header here at Pride Field. Men's and women's soccer first round of the USA South tournament today. First football trying to make an opening statement. Turner rolling out to his right. Sets, plants. He's got a man wide open. That ball is caught at the 45-yard line to the 40 and down at the 39. A big completion there from Turner. We were just talking about it. They trust him to put it up there, and coming down with it. Was that 13? Was KJ Brown coming down with it. Here's the quarterback keeper. Turner faked the handoff, going up the middle with it, pushed down to about the 32-yard line. So KJ Brown, a huge completion, 45 yards. Excuse me, it was Trey Jones, rather, the receiver, 45 yards for Jones. Second down and 4. Handoff here. Spin move for Westmoreland. K1, gain of maybe 1 or 2. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 4. So third down and 4, we will call it here with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Privet one-on-one to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. 3 receivers, rather. Turner dropping back now, immediately feels the pressure, steps up, and he will be brought down behind the line. A sack there. Brought down by a couple of Panthers. Javon Wells, the defensive tackle, one of them getting up there for the sack, and that will bring up fourth down and 7. And the offense for the moment staying out on the field. It was one of the places they struggled last week, gave up 9 sacks against Brevard. Turner took 8 of them. So fourth down and 7. Turner rolling to his left immediately. Now stops, redirects to the right, looking for Privet. Good defense there. That was almost another big completion, but it was punched out of Privet's hands by defensive back legend Doggett, the senior. Makes a great play, and Greensboro struggled on fourth down last week, and they start today 0 for 1 as well. So a turnover on downs, 4:07 to go first quarter. You do kind of see, though, almost looks like Greensboro has a little bit of that big play ability if they can just get a few things to go their way. Broadnax on first down, dropping back, looking to throw. Wants to air it out over the middle. He's got a man. Incomplete. Great defense there. A diving effort by both receiver and defensive back, and the freshman Allen Redford making a nice play. That'll be second down. Ball at the 34. At the 36-yard line. They said at 34, then moved it up. Second down and 10. Bozeman in the backfield with Broadnax. He takes the handoff, trying to work around to the 35-yard line. Greensboro doesn't let him get much more than back to the line of scrimmage. Good defense by the Pride. And it'll be third down and long for LaGrange. So third down, we'll call it 10. Broadnax 2 for 4 in the early going, only for 5 yards. Puts a man in motion. Far side to near, dropping back. Flush from the pocket. Broadnax working to his right. Fires off balance. That ball is caught in midfield. That's a first down. Pass caught there by Bozeman out of the backfield. And that is LaGrange first down. They convert on a third down and 10. That going for about 15 yards. .245 to go first quarter. Greensboro trailing 7-0. And LaGrange on the short side of the field now. First down and 10. Broadnax pitching this one to Hayes. Hayes hit in the backfield, now wrapped up in the backfield. Walker and company get to him, a loss of about 3. And Greensboro putting the Panthers behind the sticks here. Will be second down and 13 or so. LaGrange 6 first downs to Greensboro's 2 so far. And stoppage here as the Panthers get up to the football. The officials will stop play. Looks like a timeout, maybe. Not sure what the confusion or the delay is, but it appears that we're ready to go now. Now we're ready, 2:02 to go first quarter. Broadnax in the gun again, dropping back, looking near side, wants to unleash this one, throws it deep down the sideline. That ball is caught. Complete to Bryant, and a deep completion of about 30. I think it will put the Panthers inside the 10-yard line. So a deep ball there from Broadnax will set up first down and goal. We'll call it the 7, so a gain officially about 31 yards. Broadnax faking the handoff, throwing far side. That ball is incomplete. Too tall for both receiver and defender. Almost a great play, though, made in the Greensboro secondary. Brings up second down and goal. Another check inside. Volleyball won the first set 25-16. They lead the second set 8-4. Again, a win against Meredith will clinch the #1 seed in the USA South tournament. Broadnax claps his hands twice, hands this one off to Hayes, right side, trying to get around the edge. Hayes is hit there, just past the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and goal. Gain of a couple there for Hayes. And should be the final play of the first quarter, if Greensboro is able to make a stop. Hayes to Broadnax's left. Bryant out wide to the left, now comes in. Broadnax looking in that direction, fires over the middle. Bryant caught, and that is a LaGrange touchdown. Broadnax threading the needle, and a touchdown pass gives the Panthers a 14-0 lead, or a 13-0 lead rather, late in the opening quarter with the PAT from Eakin pending. Snap, spot, kick is up. It is good. We have a new score, 17.4 to go, and LaGrange leading it 14-0 here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So the scoring drive for the Panthers, 8 plays, 64 yards. And it ends in the 3-yard touchdown pass, Broadnax to Bryant. This kick, a line drive out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Broadnax now 5 of 8, 69 yards and a touchdown. Bryant already 3 receptions for 53 yards and a score, including that 44-yard long. Greensboro will send Turner back out there. Turner 1 of 6. That one, though, a 45-yard completion to Jones. 17.4 left in the opening stanza. Morrison goes in motion. Turner will hand this one off to the near side. Nice cut there inside by Westmoreland. There is a flag. And looks like this one will back up. No, it's going to be a face mask on the Panthers, so tack that on to the Westmoreland run. So a couple yards there on the run, a little bit more on the penalty. And Greensboro heading in the right direction as the first quarter winds down. There'll be 10.6 left on the clock following the penalty. That is the second flag against the Panthers today. And it looks like they're going to spot the ball at the Greensboro 46-yard line. Turner puts Morrison in motion. Here's the snap, working to his right, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped back at the 40-yard line on the quarterback keeper. Nothing really working on the ground for Greensboro in the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books in the Pride Trail, 14-0 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Teams have switched sides. We start the second quarter with a handoff right up the middle to the 50-yard line to the 45 and brought down there. A good run on the opening play and a late hit on the quarterback Turner. There's a flag in the backfield. That's going to be I think an extra tack on there as Turner was absolutely decked in the backfield. He was slow to get up there for a moment. Both teams, though, don't 100% seem to know. Yep, now it is going to be a personal foul on LaGrange as Turner was hit hard. Torrance Kelly was the ball carrier there. Gain of about 15 on the run itself, and then they'll add more on the penalty. So that is the second 15-yard penalty against the Panthers today. The opening play of the second quarter, things already interesting here at Pride Field. It's been a chippy game between these two teams in the early going. One turnover per side already. Total yards, the end of the first quarter, go 116 for the Panthers and 54 for Greensboro, but a 16-yard run for Torrance Kelly to start things. He's got 34 yards on 3 touches here. So it'll be first down for Greensboro. Ball at the 30-yard line. Empty backfield for Turner. Drops back. Here comes pressure off the middle, or off the edge, rather. That pass incomplete. Looking for Carr on the short crossing route. Incomplete. Second down. Good job, though, by Turner feeling that pressure off of the blind side and getting that football out. Second down and 10. Two receivers to the far side, 3 receivers to the near. It's an empty backfield for Turner. We saw last week, though, shows the ability to run 72 yards on the ground. This time he'll step over to his right, float this one. He's got a man wide open, caught. Is he in? Touchdown. Turner for 29 yards on the touchdown pass. And that was K.J. Brown on the reception. Brown goes over 500 yards today, or 500 yards on the year. Both of Turner's completions today have been for long gains, 45 to Jones and the 29-yard touchdown to Brown. Great job there by Turner to just slide out of the pocket a little bit to his left and float that one over the middle for the score. PAT coming, snap, spot kick is up and good. And we have a new score with 14-19 to go. Greensboro on the board and a late flag here before we step aside. There were some post-play activities going on there, and it may result in an injured LaGrange player down right now in what would have been the backfield of that attempt. Officials conferring here. So we'll get that figured out before we step aside. Coach Card is certainly trying to present a case to the officials. They finally usher him back to the sidelines. So we will, as this discussion is ongoing, we'll step aside here for a moment. We'll fill you in when we come back. Greensboro, though, on the board here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So it is, we saw defensive offsides declined by Greensboro, and the PAT is obviously good. And so the Pride will be kicking off from the 35-yard line. I think Greensboro was thinking there would be perhaps something post-play, which does not get called. So the Pride kicking off here, 14-19 to go in the half, and 14-7 is your score. That play goes the drive rather goes 5 plays, 75 yards, and results in the touchdown. Squib kick there for Sawyer, taken by, I believe that's Bozeman, up past the 40-yard line to about the 42. So LaGrange will start things at their 41. Scott in the backfield here for the Panthers, so no Broadnecks here. You expect Scott to either hand it off or keep it himself. Puts a man in motion and does keep it himself after faking the handoff to the 45-yard line. Scott breaks a tackle to the 40, to the 35-yard line, still on his feet, and out of bounds at the 30 and a flag. That flag comes out right at the end of the play. If it stands, ends up being about a 30-yard run for Scott, but already the Panthers starting to walk backwards. Still waiting on the official designation. They've had some long conferences already today, have the men in the striped shirts. If it stands, Scott with what would be about a 31-yard run. And still no official designation yet. So while we are waiting on that, Huntington and Brevard got started the same time as us. Second quarter, Tornadoes lead at 10-0. Beamish 7 of 12, 99 yards, and a touchdown. So it is a 15-yard penalty on LaGrange. However, they do get the first down. So a personal foul on the Panthers, but they do get the first down, so they're moving the chains. It will be first down and 10 at the 49-yard line, so just past midfield. 3 receivers to the near side as Broadnax checks back in. Takes the snap, looking to his right. Wants to air this one out. He's got a man. That's caught down inside the 10-yard line. A deep catch or deep throw and catch, rather, to Jonathan Lampkin. And looks like they may set up just outside the 10-yard line. It'll be a completion of about 36, 37 yards for Broadnax, which will get him over 100 for the game. And a flag coming out here by the official. And this is going to be a false start on the Panthers, so we'll back LaGrange up here. And it'll be first down and 15. They can get a first down at about the 1-yard line or so.
Let's go, DBs, wake up.
So first down and 10. Again, they can get a first down right around the 1 or just inside it. Scott back in the game. Scott working to his left. Fakes a pitch, takes it up the middle, and doesn't have a whole lot happening there. Greensboro ready for it. And the big guys in the middle making the stop. So that will bring up second down, and we'll call it about 13. Broadnax checks back in for Scott at the quarterback position. Andreas Anderson, the running back, in the backfield with Broadnax. Hands it off to Anderson. Anderson is swarmed there. Somebody's got a hold of his leg, not going to let him get forward. And it'll be third down and long. On the tackle there for Greensboro. Mikel McConico on the stop there. Third down and 13 for the Panthers. Greensboro defense looking to make a stop here in the red zone. Broadnax faking a screen pass, fires this one towards the end zone. Incomplete, flags come out, and I think this is going to be a pass interference call. So this will negate the good work there by the defense in the red zone. And will be a first down and goal here for LaGrange. 11:55 to go, first half. 14-7 Panthers. Waiting to see the official spot. Looks like at about the 2-yard line or so. And another whistle here. Not a whole lot of pace or flow in this contest so far. A lot of stoppages, and they've not necessarily been short stoppages either. So another discussion. I don't know if one of them was just now putting a flag back in his pocket. Nope, looks like we're ready to go now. So ball at the 3-yard line. Scott again in the game for Broadnax, and a big shift on the line from the right to the left. Scott's going to keep it himself, trying to find a seam far side. There's a flag. He did not quite make it into the end zone anyways, but it looks like a hold here on LaGrange likely coming. Greensboro already has committed 6 penalties for 52 yards. This will be the 6th penalty on the Panthers, if it is in fact what we believe it to be. They've committed 5 for 50 prior to this call. Just a couple weeks ago, Greensboro played a very, very clean game with no turnovers and 1 penalty. Oh, the penalty is going to be on Greensboro, a face mask. And the officials saw something that different than what I saw from my vantage point. So it's a face mask that will move them up a yard or so. First down and goal again coming for the Panthers. Scott remains in the game. Scott's still in the backfield. He's got Bozeman with him. This time works to the right, and he's in untouched. Touchdown. Scott didn't have a green jersey within a couple of feet of him the entire time. He practically walked in for the LaGrange score. So a couple of penalties. And we've got a snap, a spot kick, and a new score with 11:38 to play in the first half. And the Panthers lead it 21-7 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So the Panther touchdown drive goes 7 plays, 59 yards, and LaGrange leads it 21-7. A low liner. This one could be heading out of bounds. It will. Legal procedure coming. Greensboro going to have good field position. Another update from inside. Greensboro is working their way towards another sweep. They've won the second set 25-14 on Meredith and lead the third set 8-5. So again, if the Pride can pick up their third set inside Haynes Gym, they will be regular season champions here in 2025 and will also run their winning streak up to what will be 18 consecutive. Back out here at Pride Field, where I'm sure it's considerably more windy than it is inside the gym. Handoff. No, it's a quarterback keeper. He's going to pitch this one to the outside now to Torrance Kelly, who's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. There were a bunch in the backfield. Turner took a couple steps to his left and then pitched it. LaGrange ready for the wrinkles so far, and that'll bring up second down 11. Three in the backfield again for the Pride. And this time it's another handoff to Westmoreland, cutting off to the 20-yard line, to the 45 rather, to the 50. Was that Solomon, I believe? It's a first down, however you want to slice it. It is Quentin Solomon on the carry. And that'll go for about 11 or 12 yards. It'll be a first down. This one, another handoff to Westmoreland. Sheds one tackler and up to the 45. That's Solomon again. Solomon for about 4 or 5 back-to-back touches for the sophomore. And it'll be second down. We'll call it 5 yards. Greensboro may have found something with the 3 in the backfield. Torrance Kelly to the right of Turner. Dykes to the left rather. Dykes to the right, and Solomon behind. 2nd and 5. Turner again hands it off. Third straight touch for Solomon. This time he's not going to find any running room, and he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Pride starting to find something on the ground a little bit here. Torrance Kelly with 32 yards. Solomon with 23. And a face mask penalty coming here on the Panthers. Already the 6th penalty on LaGrange. Move things up to about the 29-yard line. There'll be one receiver to the near side. That's Privet. Smith to the far side. Greensboro with a double tight end look here. Morrison on the near side. Turner hands this one off. Good cut there, Torrance Kelly. Torrance Kelly still on his feet, and a good pickup there for Greensboro. And I think that'll move the chains again. Yep, near side. Good run there for Cameron Torrance Kelly. He's approaching 45 yards today. More importantly, Greensboro approaching the end zone. First down and 10 at the 12-yard line, so a scamper of about 17 yards. Torrance Kelly still in the backfield. Morrison in motion, Turner under center, and hands this one off. Torrance Kelly getting away from one defender and thrown down on the near side before he can get too much further. Let's see if they give him the line of scrimmage. Nope, they're going to back him up a yard. So 2nd down and 10. Second down and 11. Ball at the 12-yard line. Greensboro can get a first down. Down by 2 scores with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Turner 2 of 8 passing, but for 74 yards. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, gets away from one defender. He's going to take off to the left now. Good run there for Turner, showing a little bit of that slippery elusiveness. He felt immediate pressure from the strong side. That was Anthony Lovett, the defensive end. And it'll be 3rd down and about 2 or 3. 3rd down and manageable for sure here for the Pride at about the 4-yard line. He was not ready for the snap, but Turner throws it anyways towards the far corner, incomplete. He's leveled in the backfield. And it will bring up 4th down. I don't think Turner was ready for that snap, but received it anyways. Did a good job to at least make it look as natural as he could. And Greensboro opting to send the field goal unit out. So from here, it'll be about a 22-yard chip shot for Sawyer, who's made 3 field goals on the year. Sawyer ready. Here comes the snap. There's a flag. Kick is up. It is good, but hang on a minute. Let's see what this penalty is for. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. It'll be well, we're still waiting to see what Greensboro is elected to do. Obviously, you'd think they'd accept the penalty and give you a 1st and goal. They will. They're sending the offense back out on the field now. So take the 3 points off the board because Greensboro is going to have a 1st and goal situation. That'll set you up at about the 2 or 3 yard line. This could be big if Greensboro is able to turn that into what was 3 points into 6 or potentially even 7. So the offense heading back out there now. Turner, he's got Torrance Kelly in the backfield. Privet near side, Smith far side. One man in motion. Turner takes the snap, hands it to Torrance Kelly. No, he keeps it himself and bumbles his way into the end zone, bouncing off of a blocker or 2, but it doesn't matter. He ends in the end zone, and Greensboro cuts it back to a one-possession contest. A 2-yard run for Turner. And the Pride with a PAT pending, will have made it a 7-point game. Offense looking pretty good at times here today. Here comes the point after now. Snap a little bit low. The kick is blocked. And now here comes LaGrange on the return, although it's going to be stopped. So the PAT blocked, and with 7:10 on the clock, we have a new score, 21-13 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So 21-13 your score. Another quick update from inside. Volleyball leading the third set 20-12. So 5 points away from a regular season championship. 20-13 now as we watch it. Looking at a quick peek at those numbers. About 10 kills for Taylor Cody. Peyton Shiflett with 18. And 38 assists for Jalen Templeton. Business as usual inside Haynes Gym right now. So that drive for Greensboro, 9 plays, 65 yards. Total yards today, 178 for LaGrange, 146 for Greensboro. The big story has been the penalties. 7 for 68 for the Panthers, 7 for 53 for the Pride. And Turner's got a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Another little short kick for Sawyer. That one was high. Penalty flag comes out, returned up to about the 44-yard line. Sawyer trying to send that one up in the air and hopefully see if Greensboro has a chance to recover those. But this penalty should go against the Panthers. We'll back up LaGrange to about the 30-yard line with about 7 minutes remaining in the first half. But again, another lengthy officials conference. And we'll wait for them to mark off the penalty yardage. Again, a reminder, a busy day here at Pride Field. At 4:15, women's soccer opening round of the USA South tournament against North Carolina Wesleyan. The game begins at approximately 4:15, which means we'll be on air with the pregame show at 4 o'clock. Men's game is at 7 against Methodist. And the pregame show, again, if we are on schedule, at 6:45. But however you want to slice it, it'll be about 15 minutes before the game begins. And again, all those on YouTube on the Greensboro College Athletics page and on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Fumble on the snap. Greensboro trying to get back and fall on it. They do. Scott was in the game and was trying to hand it off before he had corralled the snap, and the Pride come away with the football. Well, we'll see if they can turn this turnover into points. That was Frank Walker that recovered the fumble. And Greensboro's going to have it at about the 25-yard line. A big turn of events here as they send the offense right back out. Handoff to Torrance Kelly. Not a whole lot there on first down. He'll lose a yard or two. And that will bring up second down and 12. Two receivers to the near side here for Greensboro on second down and 12. One to the far side, but again, Greensboro right now getting it done on the ground. 9 yards rushing in the first quarter, 63 for the Pride in the second quarter. Here's another handoff off the right side, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Plus another, so a gain of about 3, actually a gain of about 4. 6 minutes to go in the first half. It'll be third down, we'll call it 9. Jones, the receiver, on the near boundary. Privet far. There's one in the slot near side. I believe that's Carr. Here's the snap to Turner. Turner's going to keep it himself. Now he's going to flick it over to Kareem Dykes, who makes the catch. Looked, for all intents and purposes, deep into that play as if it was going to be a keeper for Turner, but then found Dykes in the flat. Gain there of about 4 yards, and it'll be fourth down and 5. Offense staying out on the field, it looks like. Field goal from here would be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 42 yards. So the offense stays out on the field. Longest this year for Sawyer has been 30. So Turner ready, puts Carr in motion. Fourth down and 5. Dropping back, pressure immediately from the middle. Turner flings this one towards the end zone. Receiver is tripped, that's a flag. Was looking for Brown, or perhaps a better phrase would be threw it in desperation to Brown, and then Brown was tripped up. So Greensboro going to catch a bit of a break, and Turner looks like he needs it as he is definitely feeling the ramifications from that hit he just took. I'll tell you what, when LaGrange is penalized today, it's not been the 5-yard variety. They're getting hit with the 15-yard penalties time and time again, as the Panthers have now committed 9 penalties for over 90 yards. 4:28 to go in the first half. Another check on volleyball while the officials are conferring again. It is final. Greensboro is the 2025 regular season champions for women's volleyball with a 3-set sweep over Meredith today. So the Pride will be the #1 seed in the USA South volleyball tournament here in 2025. Congratulations to Coach Bozarth and his team. What an incredible season, but you know they're not done yet. They all still, and they've all talked about it, have a bad taste in their mouth from the way that last year ended in the first round of the tournament. This is a veteran team and certainly have their sights on winning it all in 2025, and they just took a huge step towards that today. So following the pass interference here, it'll be first down and goal for Greensboro, just a couple yards away from punching this one in. The ball spotted at the 3. Nine penalties, 101 yards on the Panthers in the first half. One in motion here for Turner. Leaves the far side completely empty. Turner takes the snap, rolling out to his left. He's going to try to keep it himself. Did he get enough? No. He's going to be just short. 21-13 the scores. You start to see people trickling out of the gym following the end of the first volleyball match. Meredith and Averett will play the second, and then Greensboro College will take on Averett in a non-conference match scheduled for 4 o'clock today. Under 4 minutes to go, first half. It'll be second down and goal. Turner fakes the handoff to Dykes, keeps it himself. He's trying to find the pylon. He's got it, touchdown. Second rushing touchdown today for Turner, and Greensboro has cut it to a 2-point game. Wait, there's a flag. There is a flag back in the middle of the field. So hold the phone here. The offensive line slowly walking back out there. I say there's a flag. There are 3 or 4. I tell you what, these officials having social hour today. Every single flag leads to a 3 or 4 minute conversation, it feels like. And yeah, they're going to have to send the well, now Turner signaling touchdown here. Again, this conversation starting to stretch out a little bit. Now we'll finally get a designation. It's a personal foul on Greensboro, but it's after the play, so they'll enforce it on the kickoff. It is a Greensboro touchdown, and they have cut it down to a 2-point game. So Sawyer on for the PAT after Turner's second touchdown run of the game. This to make it a 1-point score. Sawyer's already had 1 block today. Here comes the snap, the spot, the kick is up, and it is good. We have a new score here with 3:44 to go. Greensboro's cut it to a 1-point game, 21-20 in favor of LaGrange here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 3:44 to go first half. They've backed Greensboro up on the kickoff, so they'll be kicking it away from the 20-yard line. It is 21-20 the score. A combined 169 yards of penalties in the first half. Short kick taken by Bozeman at the 40-yard line. Cuts up to the 45, now to midfield, crossing midfield to the Greensboro 45. So a short field here for the Panthers with, again, 3:37 to go before the half. Neither team has used a timeout, so plenty of time for the Panthers as Greensboro has done a good job responding to LaGrange today. The ball will be spotted again at the 45-yard line. Scott is in the backfield. He's got 30 yards on, or 25 yards on 5 carries and the fumble. He's going to hand this one off on the receiver sweep to Crawford. Crawford's going to have his legs taken out from under him at about the 42-yard line. So a gain of about 3 for the Panthers here on first down. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Broadnax checks back in for Scott. And Hayes was in the game in the backfield, and they've switched him out now for an extra receiver. Looks like a little bit of confusion there for LaGrange as far as the personnel is concerned. In and out, in and out. Now Bozeman checking back in. That seemed like it took quite a bit of time. Handoff here to Bozeman right up the middle, and he's able to get past the initial wave close to the 45-yard line. And they're going to move the sticks for a first down. Bozeman picking up 7 on the carry. Bozeman 6 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. At the 35-yard line, 2:15 to go, so approaching the 2-minute timeout. Fakes the handoff. Does Broadnax, throws it in the flap. That's complete. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. And that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. We've got a good one here in the first half. Greensboro trailing it by 1, 21-20 your score on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So 2 minutes to play here in the first half, 21-20. It's been an exciting one here on the campus of Greensboro College as the Pride looking for their 2nd win of the year, and they are right in it. Down by a single point here, 2 minutes to go. LaGrange, though, is driving inside the 30-yard line. Broadnax faking the handoff, forced out of the pocket, working to his right, trying to get to the edge. He will get around Walker. He'll step out of bounds. Close to the 20. And that will move the chains. It is a first down for Broadnax. Usually not the guy you expect to be running the football, but showing there that he's got the wheels if the situation calls for it. Broadnax on the year, 26 net yards of rushing. First down from the 18-yard line. Scott back in the game now. Here's the snap. Scott's going to keep it himself, and he's brought down. Excellent job by Palethorpe trailing that play, coming from the far side. And that'll bring up second down and 11. Will Palethorpe making a big stop. So second down, and we'll call it 11 or 12. See if Greensboro could pick up another turnover forced here. It'd be the perfect time for one. Broadnax back in the game. Dropping back, faking the screen pass left. Now going a little further out. He's got his man. That's caught inside the 5. Diving for the pylon touchdown. Broadnax finding a man at the sticks just inside the 10 and diving in for the touchdown. Gives LaGrange a 27-20 lead. Second touchdown pass for Broadnax today, with the field goal unit coming in. We've seen stranger things. We've seen blocked PATs returned for scores this year. Here's the snap. Spot kick is up, and it is good. New score with 1:05 to go in the first half. Well, hang on. More chippiness. Looks like cooler heads will prevail for now, however. Touchdown pass, by the way, for LaGrange to the receiver, Brandon Lawless. So 28-20 your score, 1:05 to go here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We're bringing the end of the first half when we come back. So Greensboro returning the kickoff here from inside the 10-yard line, cutting up towards the middle. That's Carr. Spun around again like a top pass, the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. So Greensboro's going to have quite a bit of ground to need to make up in 58 seconds if they're going to try to get on the board here again before half, down by 8. 6 plays, 45 yards, the drive for the Panthers that led to their touchdown. Again, keeping an eye on what else is going on around the conference. Halftime scores from around football. We'll go ahead and tell you what's going on in the USA South men's and women's soccer tournaments as well. That's all coming up here on the halftime show. Right now, though, can Greensboro get on the board again before halftime? They're going to need Turner to unload. Instead, he's going to roll out to his right, fires this one behind his intended receiver, incomplete. He wanted to go deep down the middle. That option was not there. And so instead started to look towards the sideline, could not hit. And that brings up second down and 10. 50 seconds remaining in the half. Turner 3 of 11, but for 78 yards. Total yardage 218 to 153, favoring the Panthers. Empty backfield for Turner. Dropping back, now rolling a little bit to his left. Reversing back to the right, trying to get around a few defenders. Turner still on the run, fires this one over the middle. Diving catch made. Shy of the first down. And that will bring up, no, I think they're going to say incomplete now. Intended for Jones, but incomplete. So 3rd down and 10. I thought perhaps he might have been able to keep that one in the crook of his arm, but 3rd down and 10. Empty backfield again. Turner's going to just take it right back up the middle to the 30-yard line, gain of about 3. And again, some pushing and shoving happening after the play. And a timeout's going to be taken here. LaGrange taking a timeout. 31 seconds to go. And the Panthers about to get the ball back here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So the Pride to punt it away with 31.7 remaining on the clock. Snap to Ghilardi low, gets it away. Pretty good punt there, fair catch called for. Back at the 40-yard line. Gives Broadnax about 26 seconds to work with, and the Panthers have 2 timeouts. And again, we talked about it a little bit ago. They have kind of an anomaly in the sense they have a kicker who can hit from long range at the Division III level. So if you're the Panthers, you very certainly could gain 30 yards here and try to set up a long field goal here with your kicker. So where a lot of opponents, you would probably just run this 30 seconds out. You're not going to see that here from LaGrange, I wouldn't think. Broadnax 8 of 11, 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, wanting to go to the air here on 1st down. His first option's not there, neither is his second, and so his only option is to get brought down in the backfield. Broadnax slow to get up as he is brought down. Step aside as it looks like he is in some visible discomfort. We'll just go ahead and tell you before we step aside. Looks like that was Crenshaw on the sack, but we will see. Broadnax down on the ground, and we'll step aside here while he gets attended to here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one pride, and these are our stories. So just a couple of seconds left. They let it bleed off here following the sack, and that will take us to halftime here on the campus of Greensboro College. We've got a good one 30 minutes in. 28-20 is your score. We'll step aside. We'll break it all down and tell you what else is going on around the conference as halftime gets underway. It's 28 for LaGrange and 20 for the Pride here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime next. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one pride, and these are our stories. Halftime here at Pride Field. LaGrange leading Greensboro 28-20 at the break. It's been a very competitive game so far, and obviously you got to tip your cap to the play of quarterback Cameron Turner for Greensboro and keeping the Pride in it. And after LaGrange jumped out to a pretty good, substantial early lead, Greensboro able to keep things at a one-possession game for the majority of the opening half. We've got to our right now the pep band getting ready to perform at halftime. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the USA South football landscape here today before we branch out and talk about some other sports here in a little bit. Huntington and Brevard started at noon today as well. Last time we checked in on that game, the Tornadoes had a 10-0 lead. It is now 13-10 at halftime. Huntington jumping back and making this one interesting. A touchdown pass from White to McReynolds gave the Falcons their first score of the contest, and they got back on the board again right before halftime with a 33-yard field goal from Ginsburg. 13-10, again, your score in that one. Southern Virginia and Belhaven, that game started at 1 o'clock today. Southern Virginia sitting at 3-1 in conference play. Belhaven, like LaGrange, is 4-0 this year. And Belhaven a 13-0 lead in the first quarter. A couple of touchdowns, a run from quarterback Brock Morris, and then a touchdown pass, 16 yards to Hatch to make it 13-0. So Belhaven is right now a commanding 13-0 lead over SVU. Still to come tonight, North Carolina Wesleyan at Methodist. That's a 5 o'clock kickoff in Fayetteville. We'll step aside and we'll take a look at what else is going on in other sports around the USA South landscape, as well as what's coming up in terms of postseason here for Greensboro College. That's all coming up as halftime continues on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime at Pride Field, Greensboro College trailing LaGrange 28-20 at the break. Let's take a look at what else is going on around Greensboro College athletics. Volleyball earlier today clinched the USA South regular season championship by sweeping Meredith. They extend their winning streak to 18 consecutive matches, and they will be the number 1 seed in the USA South tournament here in 2025. Still to come on the courts today, Meredith and Averett inside Haynes Gym, the middle leg of the tri-match. And then, of course, Greensboro College will finish things off with a non-conference matchup against the Cougars of Averett. So that is a look at what's going on inside of Haynes Gym. But again, we said, hey, things going well. Why don't we just add to it? And we did, with both men's and women's soccer coming from the outside looking in to earning a hosting position in the USA South tournaments for men's and women's soccer. Women started Wednesday as the 5th seed, ended up as the 3rd. Men also started as the 5th seed, ended up as the number 4. So let's look at the women's slate of things first. The first game of the tournament started at 12:30 today. That was Meredith and Mary Baldwin. Second half, still no score, with 40 minutes or so still to play. And again, the way that the postseason works for soccer, you play the overtime period and then go to penalty kicks after that. Then at 4:15 today, North Carolina Wesleyan and Greensboro here at Pride Field. Salem and Brevard at 5 o'clock in Brevard, and then Meredith is at Southern Virginia to finish the first round. That game starting at 7 o'clock tonight. So one game underway, Methodist and Mary Baldwin, no score as of yet. Men's soccer, their side of things, just 2 games today because with fewer teams, the format a little bit different. On the women's side of things, you have 4 hosting teams, which are the top 4 seeds, playing the bottom 4 seeds that make the tournament, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, excuse me. On the men's side, with only 8 teams in the conference, the way that it is set up is seeds 1 and 2 have a bye in the opening round. So then 4 and 5 are playing, and 3 and 6 playing as well. 3 and 6 is underway on the men's side. Southern Virginia on the road at William Peace, who Greensboro defeated on Wednesday to lock in their position. We'll try to get an updated score on that one. Methodist on the road here to take on Greensboro tonight at 7 o'clock will be the end of today's festivities. But for some reason, there we go. Now we're getting the feed in from Southern Virginia and William Peace. Looks like that game has not yet started, so a little bit of a delay, it appears like, at William Peace for that game to get underway. We'll keep an eye on it, though, as the day goes on. So a lot of non-football action that Greensboro College is interested in here today. A lot of big storylines. Again, volleyball clinching the regular season title, and men's and women's soccer looking to work their way out of the first round of the tournament today. Again, women's soccer at 4:15 will be on the air at 4 o'clock, and men's soccer at 7 o'clock with the pregame show at 6:45. But again, it is halftime here on the opening leg of today's triple header on the Greensboro College Sports Network. LaGrange leading it 28-20 at the break. We'll take a look at the first half numbers when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Time now to take a look at some of the first half numbers as Greensboro trails LaGrange 28-20 at the break. First downs go to the Panthers 15-10. Rushing yards go to Greensboro, a narrow 77-67 edge. Receiving yards 145 for LaGrange and 78 passing yards for Greensboro. Total yards 212 for the Panthers, 155 for the Pride. One interception for LaGrange today. Greensboro has recovered a pair of fumbles. It was a highly penalized first half, 9 for 101 yards for LaGrange, 8 for 68 for Greensboro. The Pride had the ball for 1601. The Panthers had it for 1359, but struggling late in the set of downs for the Pride continue to be an issue. LaGrange 3 of 3 in third downs. Greensboro was 1 of 7 and 0 of 1 on fourth downs today. Time now for a look at individual numbers. First for the Panthers, Broadnax goes 8 of 11, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, was sacked 1 time. Leading rusher Bozeman with 6 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Scott, the other quarterback, 6 carries, 24 yards. He also had a touchdown. Broadnax 2 carries for 4 yards. Hayes had 3 for 3, and Crawford 1 for 2. Leading receiver Bryant, 4 catches, 59 yards, and a score. Lampkin had 1 for 39 yards. And Lawless had 1 for 20 yards, and that was a touchdown as well. Defensively for the Panthers in the first half sacks for Daniel and Hudson, and an interception for Stoutmeyer. Leading tackler at the break is Smith, Chet Smith, with 6 tackles, 5 solo, and 1 assisted. For Greensboro in the first half, Cameron Turner, 3 of 12, 78 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and was sacked just 1 time. Leading rusher Cameron Torrance Kelly, 7 carries, 44 yards. Quentin Solomon, 3 touches for 24 yards. Turner, 8 carries, 9 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Corey Dykes had a couple of carries as well. Westmoreland had 3 also. Leading receiver Trey Jones, 1 catch, 45 yards. KJ Brown, 1 catch for 29 yards. It was a touchdown. And Corey Dykes, 1 catch for 4 yards. Defensively for Greensboro, a sack for Zaire Ray, and a good pass breakup for Allen Redford in the first half. Leading tackler Will Pilthorpe has 4, 3 each for Barnes, Marcus, and Walker at the break. And again, Greensboro recovering a couple of fumbles as well in the first half. So it all adds up to a 28-20 lead for LaGrange at the break. We'll step aside one last time. Second half action when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Second half action about to get underway here. Greensboro trailing at the break 28-20. And we'll be kicking off to the Panthers to start the second half. We'll see what kind of adjustments Greensboro made at the break. I think one of the big things I'll be keeping an eye on is the ability or inability, as it may be, to convert on third down. Again, LaGrange 3 of 3 on third downs. Greensboro 1 out of 7, and then did not convert their only fourth down opportunity. But they're in it. A one-possession game at the break, and certainly what was an exciting and eventful first half. Hopefully the second half promises more of the same. So the Pride to kick off to get the second half underway. Sawyer, the onside kick. This is a good-looking one, recovered by the Pride. Perfectly executed onside kick to start the second half, and Greensboro with a surprise getting the second half underway. The Panthers trying to clamor and say the ball didn't go far enough. I think it did. It's going to be close. Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 46-yard line. And so a flag is down, and Greensboro going to be called for the illegal use of the hands, and it will be LaGrange football. So the defense going to have to go out on the field first. So we'll see LaGrange with a short field to start the second half. Looked like Greensboro is going to have a really good opportunity to start the second half with a little bit of a surprise on the onside kick, but didn't quite get there. So LaGrange football. We'll see Broadnax out there again, 8 of 11 in the first half. Broadnax on first down. Rolling out, throwing this one a duck towards the sideline and caught out of bounds. Looked like a bit of a busted play there for LaGrange. Broadnax was immediately in trouble and fired that one out of bounds. So second down and 10. Here is the second half just underway, 14:46 to play. So second down and 10, 46-yard line. Broadnax with a man in the backfield now with him. And a whistle there at the snap. And it's a false start on the Panthers. So LaGrange committing their 10th penalty of the half. So it'll be, or the 10th penalty of the game, rather, and it'll be second down and 15. Back up to the 41-yard line. Defense showing a little bit of pressure. Broadnax hands this one off to Hayes. Nothing doing up the middle. Cuts to the outside, back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's as far as he'll get. So a gain of 5 for Hayes, and it'll be third down and 10. It'd be huge for the Pride to get the Panthers off of the field here. As we said, LaGrange converted on all 3 third downs in the opening half. Two receivers near side, one to the far. Broadnax takes the snap, dropping back. Forced out of the pocket, working to his right. Airs this one out deep down the sideline. There's a flag, it's caught. Inside the 20-yard line, that was Lampkin. And there is a penalty. I think this one may be on Greensboro. So I think that penalty on Greensboro declined, and they'll take the yardage on what ended up being about a 30-yard completion. So first down at the 15. Broadnax hands this off to Hayes, left-hand side, nothing doing, so he squeaks the other way. To the right, he's gone, touchdown. Greensboro bottled up Hayes to the left, and so he reversed field to the right and scores, in a very quick opening drive for the Panthers. Takes less than 2 minutes, less than a minute and a half actually, and Hayes to the end zone. It's 34-20. PAT snap, fumbled, recovered by Palethorpe. So a muffed PAT, and that makes it 34-20. So a quick 1 minute and 14-second drive for LaGrange. We have a new score, 34-20 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. (34-20) your score following the touchdown by LaGrange. They kick this one off. High kick towards Carr, drifting a little bit to his right, makes the catch, working his way towards the middle. And he'll get up to about the 25-yard line. And that's where Greensboro will start their first possession of the half. Again, Turner 3 of 12 in the first half, but a couple of big completions, a 45-yarder to Jones, a 29-yarder to Brown. And we'll see if that big playability continues to help Greensboro out in the second half. Again, ball at the 25-yard line. Turner under center. Two in the backfield. One of them, Torrance Kelly, who gets the ball, hands this one off, or takes this one up the middle, rather, to about the 30-yard line, gain of 5. Torrance Kelly is approaching 50 yards, give him 49 on the day. Second down and 5. Kind of what the identity is for this Greensboro team. Obviously, you got so many good running backs when you can establish the run game, especially with the uncertainty at quarterback this year. Morrison talking to Turner. 2nd and 5. Morrison, of course, the former quarterback. Turner will hand this off to Torrance Kelly. Gets to the outside. He's got a little bit of room down the edge to the 45, to the 50. Pushed out of bounds at the LaGrange 45. A carry of 25 yards for Cameron Torrance Kelly. And Greensboro College with a nice chunk play there on the plus side of the field. Again, one in the backfield. Heavy set on the offensive line. Turner will hand it off again. This time Torrance Kelly rocked. Loss of a yard. And that'll bring up second down and about 11. Torrance Kelly, 10 carries, 72 yards. Now, a couple guys will check out and a couple back in. Solomon is in the game. Torrance Kelly and Dykes as well. Could be that situation where we see the three in the backfield with Turner again. Smith, the receiver near side. Privet, the receiver far side. Turner checking his backs, takes the snap. Dropping back to throw. First time we've seen him throw from that set. Now he tucks it and runs right up the middle for a couple yards to the, we'll call it the 43-yard line. Gain of 3. And that will bring up third down and 7. First third down for the Pride here in the second half. Again, we mentioned more than once about the 1 of 7 in the first half. So this is their first opportunity here in half number 2. Privet near side receiver. 2 receivers to the far side. Carr in the slot. 2 backs on either side of Turner. Turner takes the snap and fakes the handoff to Dykes. Quickly throws this one incomplete. Looking for Torrance Kelly and a hard hit on the sideline. Greensboro wanting a penalty flag. They're not going to get it. It'll be 4th and 7. Offense staying out there on 4th and 7 at the 43-yard line. Good play there. Drawn up well, just a high throw there from Turner. So 4 wide receivers now for Turner. He's got Dykes in the backfield as well. On 4th down and 7, Greensboro is 0 for 1 on 4th down today. Low snap, but Turner's got it. He's quickly got to fire this one to Dykes in the flat. That was doomed before it even began. Tackled at midfield, and it's a turnover on downs. Heavy pass rush forced Turner to get rid of that one in a hurry. And we will see the LaGrange offense again. 10-14 to go in the first half. Or in the third quarter, rather, second half. Ball will be spotted at the 45. So it was a loss of, 2 on the play. And we'll see Broadnax and company again. Broadnax 9 of 13, 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Broadnax takes the snap, pitches this to Hayes. Hayes working right-hand side. He's got about 3 yards or so. It'll be second down and 7. Look in the spot. They may have given him more, closer to 4 yards, 3.5, somewhere in that middle range. Second down and 7 for the Panthers. Again, they're keeping an eye on that Belhaven game against SVU. Broadnax takes the snap, fires this one near sideline, incomplete. Receiver fell down. Broadnax was looking near side. for Michael Stillwell. And Stillwell fell down. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Next week, Belhaven and LaGrange in what could be a battle of 2 5-0 teams unless Greensboro is able to mount a second half comeback. Belhaven has been handing it to SVU so far today. Broadnex has to get this one away quickly, incomplete. He takes a shot in the backfield. And it will be 4th down. SVU has just gotten on the board right before halftime, a touchdown run from Marcus Price. And so the Belhaven lead is just 13-6 right now. Here it'll be 4th down and about 6 yards at the 49-yard line. And this will be the first punt for the Panthers today. With under 9.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Good rush. The punt, though, takes a Belhaven bounce. Privet has to field it because I think he touched it. He's going to be brought down at about the 8-yard line. That took a high bounce over Privet, and I think it might have grazed his finger, so he had no choice but to go back and get it. And so Greensboro is going to be deep in their own territory to start this possession, but good job by the defense to force a Panther punt. 34-20 to go, or 34-20 your score, 10-14. Check that, 9-10 to go, looking at the wrong clock there. So the Pride will start things here at their own 7. Turner on 1st down will hand this off far side. And swallowed up immediately there. Not a whole lot happening. Maybe a loss of 2 for Greensboro. Backs them up to the 5-yard line. So 2nd down and 12. Two receivers both ways for the Pride here. 8.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Turner fakes the handoff, wants to air this one out down the sideline. Privet going up to get it, comes down with the catch. There's a penalty flag on the far side of the field. But right now it's another big pitch and catch, this time to Shamar Privet. And this is coming back, I think. Turner cannot believe it. Greensboro, again, a poorly timed penalty will negate a big play. It's going to be an eligible man downfield. One step forward, 2 steps back for the Pride here in the 3rd quarter. That will back them up a little bit further, 2nd down and, what do we call it, 14 or 15. So Turner takes the snap. Looking left, now going to tuck it and run himself. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to be close to the 1st down marker there. Turner tucking it and running. We saw the great ability he had to create with his legs last week. They are going to move the chains, and Greensboro is wanting to work quickly. We've seen them have success working quickly this year. Turner going to keep it himself again, makes one man miss, not the second, however. Pickup of a couple, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Pride have had some success with some speed and tempo in their offense this year. Turner takes the snap, looking, now throwing over the middle, nearly picked off by a defensive lineman, was wanting to go to Brown in the middle, but threw that right into the paws of a defensive lineman of the Panthers, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Turner with 29 yards on 12 carries. Third down, 7. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Turner today 4 of 15 passing. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. Turner again flushed out to the right and airs this one high in the air, looking for Privet. That ball picked. No, incomplete. Knocked down. Privet having to play defense there, keeping it away from legend Doggett, who's already got an interception today. Or, no, rather, he's got a pass knocked down. Interception was from Stoutmeyer earlier. That's the thing about Turner right now. It just doesn't quite seem to have the arm strength. He's been short on a couple. Granted, that one was an off-balance throw, but still. 7:13 to go in quarter number 3, and the Pride to punt it away. Waiting to get everybody all set here. Return man standing at the LaGrange 49. Punt from the 20-yard line. Gallardi kicks this one away. Good punt. Fair catch called for at the 47. And so that's a punt of about 33 yards. Time of possession favoring the Pride by 3 minutes. They continue to have success running the football. They have outgained LaGrange on the ground, 126-95. Passing yards, though, 180-76 in favor of the Panthers. So Broadnax back out for LaGrange here. First down, hands this one off to Bozeman, trying to find some space up the middle. There is none to be had. Gain of a yard, maybe 2. Bozeman now 36 yards on 7 carries. Second down and 8 at the 49-yard line. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Low snap, it's fumbled, scooped up there alertly by Bozeman. He's going to lose a yard, but a alert job by the LaGrange back to scoop that one off of the carpet. Was the 4th fumble for LaGrange today. They've lost 2 and recovered 2. Big opportunity for the Greensboro defense, though. Third down and long. It's third down and 9. LaGrange 4 out of 5 on third down conversion attempts today. 3 receivers near side, 4 to the far. It's an empty backfield for Broadnax, who drops back, feels a little bit of pressure, steps up in the pocket, rolls to the left, fires the sideline. It is caught, and it is a first down for LaGrange. They're now 5 of 6 on third downs today. That's tough for Greensboro. You back them up into a third down and long and cannot get the stop. 5:30 to play in the third quarter. 2 receivers near side, 3 far. Empty backfield again for Broadnax. Takes the snap. Looking to throw far side towards the sideline. That's caught by Lampkin. Lampkin's got a little bit of room working back to the middle of the field. And he's going to be tackled at about the 30-yard line, gain of 9. And a generous spot here, it looks like. I thought he was tackled at the 30. And they're going to move the sticks anyways. So a first down. Had to be a gain of 10. Certainly looked like 9, but anyways, a screen pass here to Bryant near side, trying to get to the corner. Bryant's going to be ridden out of bounds around the 20-yard line. It'll be close, I think, to another first down. Nope, actually going to be a gain of 7 where they actually mark him out. Ashton Bryant now 6 catches for 79 yards. Second down and 3, ball at the 23. And just flicking it out there easily for Broadnax. He's got his man, that's caught. And that is a first down again. And they'll move the sticks. First down, 3:45 to go. He's starting to get into a rhythm now. Is Henry Broadnax, 13 of 19, 211 yards. And it's first down and 10 at the 15-yard line. 3:30 to go, third quarter. And a flag has come out here, movement along the front. And it's on the Panthers, so we'll back them up 5, do it again. That is 11 penalties for 111 yards on LaGrange. And a timeout will follow. So LaGrange burning their first timeout of the second half. We'll take it with them. 3:29 to go, third quarter. 34-20 in favor of the Panthers on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Following the LaGrange timeout, 3:29 to go, first down and 10. Broadnax faking the handoff, throws over the middle, had a man wide open but dropped. Would have been an easy walk-in for Michael Stillwell, but the pass a little bit out in front of him, and Stillwell could not make the catch. It is second down and 10. Broadnax hands this one off to Bozeman, working to his left, now looking back over the middle. He'll be wrapped up there near the 10-yard line. Gain of about 4 or 5. Looks like 5. It'll be third down and 5. Ball spotted at about the 12-yard line, 13-yard line. And another third down opportunity here for the Greensboro defense. Bozeman gets the snap, looking to throw. That's tipped at the line. Good job by the Greensboro defense. That might have been Walker or Holman that got a hand on it. Not sure which one actually was, but Greensboro forcing a fourth down and a field goal attempt coming here for the Panthers. We talked about it a little bit ago. Landon Eaker, 11 of 14 on the year. This will be about a 30-yard kick. And it is true. So we have a new score, 2:36 to go, third quarter, 37-20 the score. Greensboro going to try to get their first offensive points of the second half when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Hey, boy, you know I love you, man. How about I take you out to get some cat and dog?
10 plays, 41 yards for LaGrange on that scoring drive. Kickoff here, heading in the direction of Carr. He will watch it go into the end zone and through for a touchback. And Khalil Marcus looks like he is hobbling, getting off, or is that Morrison? I can't see if that's 18 or 12. It is Morrison. Had a LaGrange player almost looked like he was standing over Morrison for a moment. Officials didn't see it. These two teams have certainly, there's no love lost between the two. We'll say that. Greensboro offense back out. 47 yards of offense for the Pride in the third quarter. 109 yards of offense for LaGrange in the quarter. Turner under center, puts a man in motion, pitches this to the outside, and now reversing field. Maybe a little bit of room to run to the far side. Wrap down after a gain of about 3 or 4. There is a flag. I believe that was Brown on the carry, the wide receiver, KJ Brown. But once again, Greensboro will have to walk that one back. 10th penalty on Greensboro today, which means 21 combined flags. Greensboro's tried all sorts of things in the running game today. You got to give the Panthers credit. They've been able to snuff most of them out. It is a 3-possession game as we reach the end of the third quarter. 2 minutes to go. Turner throws this one in the flat. That's complete. He's got his man. And that's KJ Brown spinning around one defender and working his way up to about the 28-yard line or so, gain of 13. And that'll bring up second down and 8, so officially a gain of 12. Second down and 8. Brown with his second catch of the game. Minute 40 to go, third quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Brown goes in motion. Turner will hand this one off to Torrance Kelly. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard at best. And now Torrance Kelly being dragged away there for a moment. Was concerned about him, but he was able to get up. So no gain on the play, it looks like. So third down and 8. We're under a minute to go in the third. Third down, and actually they gave him a little bit there. So third down, we'll call it 6. Turner dropping back. Quick drop, throws over the middle. That's incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that'll bring up fourth down. Was looking for Austin Seabrook. And Greensboro will send the punt unit out. Fourth down and 6. Pride to punt. Return man standing back at the 42-yard line for LaGrange. Punt to Gallardi, just gets this one off the end of the foot. A low bouncer, taking a Greensboro bounce inside the 30 and returned at the 37-yard line to the 38. Not much on the return. .21 seconds to go in the third quarter. Should be the final play of the quarter. It'll be Scott in the backfield with I believe that's Hayes back there with him. Scott takes it, puts it in the gut of Hayes. Greensboro had him wrapped up initially. He bounces to the outside. Hayes has the first down and more past the 40-yard line down towards the 35. And what ends up being, well, there's a big gain on the play, but there's a flag. So hold on while we do the math here. It'll be about a 27-yard run. And perhaps another lengthy discussion forthcoming. .2 seconds left on the clock. Both teams kind of standing around midfield waiting to hear what the end of this discussion will bring. Penalty flag picked up, waiting to see what the officials say. Now they're going to move it. Well, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So the first down will stand for LaGrange. And then tack more on top of that. So a big run for Hayes. And then the unsportsmanlike will put the ball at about the 10-yard line, 10, 11-yard line. And they're going to run the last couple of seconds off in the clock, and we go to the fourth quarter. Greensboro trails at 37-20 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast,
you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
So first down for the Panthers at about the 11-yard line. They can get a first down following that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 12 penalties, 105 yards for Greensboro on penalties. Handoff to Hayes up the middle. Hayes still grinding away inside the 8-yard line to about the 6. Gain of 4 or 5 yards there. As we start the final quarter, Pride trailing the Panthers by 17, but LaGrange in prime position to add another one here to start the fourth quarter. Hayes in the backfield again with Broadnax. Henry Broadnax, 13 of 21, 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. 138 yards rushing as a team for the Panthers. They give it to Hayes, who stumbles up the middle just shy of the goal line. So a gain there of about 6 or 7. They're going to give him enough for the first down. So first and goal at about the 1. And there's an injured Greensboro player down. So again, a reminder of what else is coming up here today. Men's and women's soccer in the USA South tournament. Women's game beginning at 4:15. The men's game will play at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll bring both of those here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Volleyball has clinched the number 1 seed in the conference tournament, and they will take on Averett in a non-conference match beginning scheduled for 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll see how they're doing on timing inside Haynes Gym, but volleyball already locking down that number 1 seed. So the path to the 2025 USA South Championship will go through Greensboro. I know women's soccer should have 1 game already final. Methodist and Mary Baldwin started at 12:30 today. And Mary Baldwin did win it 1-0. Let me pull up my handy brackets that I printed out earlier today. So they will await the winner of number 1 Brevard and number 8 Salem. That coming up later this afternoon. So first down and goal. Ball at the 1. Broadnax under center. Hands this one off. It's a fumble, but recovered by Hayes. 5th fumble today for LaGrange, but the 3rd that they were able to fall back on. So that'll bring up second down and goal. Back him up a little bit. Broadnax now in the gun. He's got Hayes to his right. Hands it off to him. Hayes bouncing to the outside, untouched, another LaGrange touchdown. Hayes with his second rushing score of the game, and Greensboro has now been outscored 15-0 in the second half. It's 43-20 with the PAT pending. Here comes the snap. Spot kick is up. It's blocked. And Greensboro not able to get a return off the block kick, but they do block the PAT. And we have a new score of 12:52 to play. Greensboro trails at 43-20 in the Greensboro College Sports Network. So LaGrange kicks it off here following the touchdown run by Hayes. And penalty flags flying everywhere, returned up to about the 39-yard line. Hayes, 11 carries, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. And looks like this one's going to come back. Will be the 13th penalty against Greensboro today. Greensboro sending the offense back out there. Turner 5 of 18 today offensively for Greensboro. 126 yards rushing. They had led LaGrange for the majority of the game in rushing yards. However, the Panthers have since gained the advantage, so it's 144 to 126. Marking off the penalty yardage back to about the 25-yard line. 12:45 to go. Again, women's soccer at 4:15, men's soccer at 7 o'clock. Playoffs have begun here on the campus of Greensboro College. Good to see postseason back for men's soccer for the first time since 2022. In the women's game at 4:15, playing North Carolina Wesleyan, the team they defeated 4-0 in the first round last year. But first, the final 12:45 of this game. Handoff to Torrance Kelly, working his way to the outside. Makes one man miss, and he's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line, gain of 14, and that's a first down. Cameron Torrance Kelly approaching the 100-yard mark. Give him, what's that going to be there? About 87 yards on the day. Turner takes the snap. It's high, but going to keep it himself and be brought down in the backfield. Couple Panthers converging on him. first one to get there I think was Chris Guthrie. Who comes off a little bit shaken up there following the tackle for loss. So sets up second down and 15. Smith, the receiver near side. He's got Brown with him as well. One receiver to the far side. Empty backfield for Turner. Turner, quick fire over the middle, behind Brown, but still in and out of his hands. KJ Brown, the rare drop. That brings up third down and long. Third down to about 15. Brown would have been close to the first down had he caught that one. $11:29 to go. Greensboro down 23. Again, 3 receivers to the near side. 2 receivers strong side, or to the far side. Empty backfield, Turner again firing this one. This time tipped. They were going for the same general look there, and that was tipped by Jones. And it'll be fourth down. And Gallardi to punt. This will be his 5th punt of the game. Not just on the scoreboard, but in the stat sheet as well. LaGrange starting to stretch away from Greensboro in a lot of the statistical categories. Return man standing back at about the 35-yard line, we'll call it. And Gallardi fakes the punt, throws this one out in the flat. They've got a little bit of room to run, not near enough, though. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Looked like Dykes, the receiver there, but needed 15, got 5, and the Pride go now 0 for 3 on fourth down today. And they combined 1 for 14 on third and fourth down. So turnover on downs. So Scott is in at quarterback. Hands this one off. Tackled in the backfield. Good job there. Walker, one of the 2 Greensboro defenders, in on that play. Palethorpe, the other. So second down here on about 12. Scott fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Past the 40-yard line, brought down there at the 39-yard line. Marcus and Law on the stop. So third down and 9. Broadnax checks back in for the Panthers. Under 10 minutes to go. Puts Crawford in motion, dropping back, looking to throw is Broadnax on 3rd and 9. Going far sideline. Pass incomplete. Threw it up over the head of his intended receiver. And that will bring up 4th down. So a punt coming here. With 9:34 to play. Intended receiver there was Francis, by the way. High punt. Fair catch called for and made about the 15-yard line or so. And there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Which will be a 24th penalty of the game combined. Over 220 combined yards and penalties today. But the officials have to confer again, as they have done many times today. And the penalty is going to go against Greensboro. It's going to be declined. And it'll be 1st down. So the Pride will be backed up deep again. With 9:27 to go. So about the 12, 13-yard line, it looks like. Actually, maybe more like the 14. So 1st down and 10. It looks like a Wildcat offense there for Greensboro. The ball goes to the outside. Gain of a couple. Actually maybe past the 20. Nope, not quite. It'll be 2nd down and about 6, we'll say. Turner checks back in and hands this one off. That should be close to 1st down yardage, up to about the 24-yard line for Torrance Kelly, who continues to have a big day. Up to about 94 yards or so rushing, 3rd down and 1. $8:20 to go. Again, Torrance Kelly to the left of Turner in the backfield. Carr in motion, handoff to Torrance Kelly, makes one man miss, diving forward. He should have the 1st down. And they'll move the sticks here. 8 minutes to go. Greensboro down 23. What has been a trying day yet again. The tough thing for the Pride today, not been able to do a whole lot through the air. A couple of big plays, but consistently the passing game has not been there as Turner is going to be sacked in the backfield. And so even though the running game has found some success today, it's been limited by the fact that they've not been able to balance it too much other than a couple of big plays. Turner brought down in the backfield, loss of 2. Will be second down and 12 as we approach 7 minutes to go. Three receivers to the near side for Greensboro, 2 to the far side. Turner takes the snap in an empty backfield. Looking, wanting to air it out. Now he's directing traffic, and he's going to have to tuck it and run himself. Turner to the 35-yard line. Actually, they're going to give him to the 36, maybe even the 37 there. That's going to be a first down. Good run there for Turner. The second half is starting in Buena Vista. Belhaven a 27-12 lead, so barring a couple of crazy comebacks both here and there, you'll see a pair of 5-0 teams squaring off next week when LaGrange and Belhaven will do battle. Timeout taken on the field, 6:20 to go. We'll take it with them. LaGrange leading at 43-20 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. $6:20 to go following the timeout. It was LaGrange who burned it, so they have 1 remaining. Turner dropping back in an empty backfield, fires over the middle, nearly intercepted. That one skipped off the turf. Was looking for Privet there. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. Turner was sacked a couple moments ago. Jalen Harris officially got credit for the sack. So 3rd down, 10, another empty backfield. Turner throws, airs this one out, overthrows his receiver. Acrobatic attempt, almost intercepted by LaGrange, but it'll be 4th down. Tavares Simmons. Oh, Turner is writhing in pain in the backfield. It was absolutely decked there as he let that one go. Simmons almost with an incredible interception, but right now, the Greensboro focus is on Turner. So 6:08 to play. They're going to take a look at Turner, and we will take a break here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So following the stoppage due to the injury, Greensboro makes a switch. Chase Altus checks in at quarterback. It'll be 4th down and 10. Although the chain gang showing 3rd down. I had 4th, but either way, Altus looking to throw, rolling to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to have to get this one off. Looking for Carr. It's incomplete. And so I guess I was off by 1 now. They are showing 4th down now, so we'll send the punt unit out. So a punt coming here for Greensboro with 6 minutes to go. Looked like somebody jumped early for LaGrange. No penalty called. Punt is away. Takes a good Greensboro roll. Down to about the 20-yard line. Looked like somebody off the edge got a good 2-step jump on the snap, but could prove to be inconsequential today. 5:47 to go. We'll see how much more of Henry Broadnax we'll see today. My guess is not much. And in fact, as we say that, quarterback Ronnie Frere checks in the game, the freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Handoff here on 1st down for a couple yards. Frere 0 for 2, by the way, on the year. 5:30 to go. And it will be 2nd down, and we'll call it 5. Expect the Panthers to keep this one mostly on the ground from here on out and bleed as much of this off as they can. Frere takes the snap and does, in fact, hand this one off. Good shifty run there. Gain up to about the 30-yard line. Made a couple of guys miss. That was Infinger getting the carry for about 10 yards, and they'll move the sticks again. Easton Infinger, the sophomore. Defense showing blitz. And a quick throw here. Looking to catch Greensboro off guard, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver there. Frere was looking for Bryant, Aaron Bryant, the freshman. Not to be confused with Ashton Bryant, the senior. Pass is incomplete. Greensboro got a good rush off of the far edge. 4:17 to go. Second down and 10, ball at the 30. Man in motion for Frere. Hands this one off again to Infinger. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. Then it'll be 3rd down and 11. Infinger checks out now. Under 4 minutes to go. Greensboro will drop to 1-7. LaGrange will improve to 7-1. Pride will be 0-4 and 0-5 in conference. And the Panthers will be 5-0, and we'll have a date with Belhaven next week where only one undefeated team will emerge out of that competition. Frere on the handoff on 3rd down and long, churning up the middle past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. We'll set up a LaGrange punt. And now things getting a little chippy. A push from LaGrange leads to nothing. And the Greensboro players now are enraged at not getting a call. And now we see 2 flags. This could be on Holman. Now it's going to be an unsportsmanlike on the Panthers. So LaGrange getting hit with the 15-yard penalty. It was going to be a punt situation either way. And looks like Carr will set up at about the 46, 47-yard line to return the punt for Greensboro. Women's soccer was slated to begin at about 4:15. Don't know that we're going to make that. Could be a little bit after. They will take on North Carolina Wesleyan, a rematch from last Saturday, and a rematch from the opening round of last year's tournament. It was a 4-0 Greensboro win, thanks to the hat trick from Amory Skinner. Punt high, not deep, and takes a Greensboro bounce inside the 40-yard line with 2:16 to play. Another injured Greensboro player back at about the 15-yard line. And with that, we will step aside really quickly with 2:16. Actually, no, we're going to keep it here as he's starting to get up. We'll take it to the 2-minute break here in a minute. 2:16 to play. Injured player, Meconico. Greensboro will have it at the 39-yard line when play resumes. Well, good to see Turner back out there for Greensboro. Took that hard shot in the last possession. Back out there with 2:16 to go. It's an empty backfield and 5 wide receivers. Morrison, the tight end, in motion. Pass to Morrison. Morrison throws it back to Turner. Turner's going to take off, make a man miss. Well, he made him miss for a minute, but ultimately another trick play goes nowhere for Greensboro. They've tried a couple today, and they're not working. That takes us to the 2-minute break. Greensboro down 43-20 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 2 minutes to go. Greensboro has not scored in the second half. Chase Altus in the game. That's picked. Down the near side to the 30, to the 20, and gone. Touchdown. A pick six for LaGrange. That was Williams on the interception. And it's 49-20. Not a whole lot to say that hasn't been said this year. PAT pending to make it 50 for LaGrange. They won 52-16 last year. .144 to go. He can, on the PAT, he's had a couple issues. That's a blocked, or a botched hold, and the kick is blocked. The one thing LaGrange has struggled with today has been the PATs, so that will save Greensboro from surrendering 50 with 1:44 to go. We'll see what Greensboro dials up here at the end, but starting to turn our attention to women's soccer. Mary Baldwin defeated Methodist 1-0. And so Greensboro now will take on North Carolina Wesleyan. The winner of that game will take on the winner between Salem and Brevard. We'll take on the winner between Meredith and Southern Virginia. And you look at the way that Greensboro played those two teams this year, defeated Meredith to close out not to close out the regular season, defeated Meredith a couple of weeks ago. But I think the big thing that stood out for me in that one, or in that matchup possibility, is that one is kicked out of bounds. That's the second illegal procedure on the kickoff for LaGrange today. But also you look at the way Greensboro lost to SVU, 1-0 on the road in Buena Vista, and they really absorbed a good punch of Southern Virginia's. Their Cheyenne Hansen doesn't give up a goal till, the final 10 minutes or so of that game. So Greensboro, I think, has played a lot better the last week or so. Not that they played bad against SVU in that match by any means, but I think we've started to see some of the best from the women's soccer team here right when it matters at the end of the regular season, and hopefully that carries on into the postseason today. We'll bring you that action again, scheduled for 4:15. We'll see if we make that. Chase Altus remains in the game after throwing the pick six a moment ago, and just hands this one off. Torrance Kelly makes one miss. He's going to be brought down, though, in the backfield on second down, loss of about 1 or 2. Minute 30 to go. Loss of 1 or 2 yards there. Torrance Kelly sitting at 94. Altus will hand it off. Torrance Kelly up the middle, close to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 6. That could put him right at his 100. He's going to check out there, and I think, yes, he will be a 100-yard performance for Torrance Kelly. $50 seconds to go. Here comes the pressure Altus dropping back, throws this far sideline, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. .9 on the clock. Altus throws over the middle. That's caught. Hard hit at the 45-yard line. Ball comes out, but I think that's going to be a targeting call on LaGrange. 1st down for Greensboro. Catch made by Mitron Curry. That's got to be a targeting call there. Hit to the head, leading with the head for LaGrange. About a 20-yard catch for Curry. So, well, now it looks like they've said I don't know how you can say that was incomplete. It looked like he took 3 or 4 steps after making the catch. I don't know that I understand that at all. This has probably been about the 4th or 5th coffee hour the officials have taken today. And I don't understand. I think did they both wave off the penalty and say it was incomplete pass? That's insane. Absolutely insane. I know we are still on the air, but my goodness, there was 3 or 4 steps that Curry took and a hit to the head. That's insane. .27 seconds left. So LaGrange will kneel this one out to finish. Or hand it off, either way. Up the middle to the 30-yard line, and that should do it. So the Panthers will win it. Final score 49-20. Greensboro drops to 1-7. And we get ready to switch things over to soccer here today. But let's go ahead and take a look again at some of the final numbers here. 25 first downs for LaGrange, 15 for Greensboro. Total yardage, 382 to 262. Time of possession, 33:06 for Greensboro, 26:54 for the Panthers. LaGrange wins it big, 49-20, the final score. Broadnax, 13 of 22, 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hayes, the leading rusher, 11 carries, 72 yards and 2 scores. Lampkin, 3 catches, 84 yards. Bryant, 6 catches, 80 yards and a touchdown. As both teams have started to converge a little bit. And coaches having to step in. Cooler heads are not currently prevailing. And now it looks like the teams have been separated. Finishing the line for Greensboro, Turner goes 5 of 23, 88 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Altus 0 for 3 with an interception. Morrison 1 for 1 for -1 yards. And Gallardi goes 1 for 1 with 12 yards. Torrance Kelly, 17 carries. Oh, I didn't see that till just now. I thought he got to his 100. They're giving him 99. Cameron Torrance Kelly, 99 yards rushing. Turner, 40 yards on 15 carries with 2 touchdowns. Solomon with 24 yards on 3 carries as well. Jones, 1 catch for 45 yards. Brown, 2 catches, 41 yards. And Dykes, 2 catches for 2 yards. Defensively today, sacks for Harrison Cook, Daniel and Hudson combine on 1 for LaGrange. Interceptions for Stoutmeyer and Williams. For Greensboro, a sack for Zaire Ray. And that will wrap everything up here from Pride Field for football. We're going to get set for women's soccer. The USA South tournament beginning in just a little bit. Mary Baldwin has already won their game against Methodist 1-0, and they have advanced to the quarterfinal, or the semifinals rather, of the tournament. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for game number 2. Greensboro College taking on North Carolina Wesleyan. Game scheduled for about 4:15. And if it is a little bit after that, we will still bring you the pregame show 15 minutes before that game starts. It'll be on a separate YouTube stream, so go ahead and close out your window. If you're going to join us for soccer, it'll be a new YouTube video on the Greensboro College Athletics page. But that'll wrap everything up here for football. Pride with the short end of a 49-20 stick. They hit the road to take on North Carolina Wesleyan next week before returning home for their home opener or home finale and season finale against Methodist on the 15th. But that'll wrap everything up here for game number 1 of our 3-game broadcast day. And again, a big thank you to our game day staff and my producer, Marion Manley. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good afternoon. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College football on the Greensboro College Sports Network.